to call the meeting to order. Just want to point out that I'm a little hoarse. About 10 days now, so I'm not sure what's going on, but if you can't hear me, I'm going to forward over to Ron, but I'll start the meeting anyway. Call to order the library building committee. It's July 17, 2025. It's 3:03 p.m. It's a hybrid meeting at Old Town Hall, which is at 1111 Somerset Avenue, Dayton, Mass. The agenda is subject to revisions, additions prior to the meeting. I want to have all the members of the building committee introduce themselves, starting with Britt.
Britt?
Enough said.
What else?
Mark Proctor, Library Director.
Pat Gales Historical Commission.
Ron O'Connor, co-chair.
Ralph Attacco, town administrator.
Ken Pacheco, co-chair. And is Mark here?
This is
Mark Tavares, yeah.
on the phone.
Okay, thank you, Mark.
I think it's someone else.
I think that was.
Jonathan Gale.
Oh, Jonathan Gale. Okay, thank you. Could we please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance?
Trustees?
Trustees,
We have to open the meeting for us.
We can do that.
Why don't you?
Standing.
okay,
Guess we'll do it while standing.
do it while standing.
That was the
I'm
plan.
gonna-
Call to order the meeting of the Dayton Public Library Board of Trustees of July 17, 2025. That's a hybrid meeting in Old Town Hall, and everything that the co-chair of the building committee said applies to our meeting as well. So we'll do a roll call.
Ann Meissen, trustee.
Rita Russo, trustee.
Ron O'Connor, chair.
Okay, now we can do the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge
Pledge
allegiance.
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. So in the future, I may have us all stand up before you call your meeting to order. I thought it was very good. the way-
Worked well.
I think it worked too,
It was seamless. It was like,
Seamless, yeah.
we've always done it that way.
Just, I want to note that not everybody was standing. Okay.
In
Update.
minutes.
Update regarding project work streams. Want to just note that Jim Agia was not able to attend this meeting, so he won't be presenting anything, but maybe Mark, you can
Yep,
present
yep.
what
So
email.
I spoke with him today over the phone, and I met with him in person yesterday on site. The flooring, if it's not done today, it will be done tomorrow. And it includes carpeting, the wooden planking, refinishing the wooden floors, that's gonna be done.
Just so you know, I went there this morning.
Yep,
I thought it was all done,
Okay.
quite frankly.
yep. Well, I know they stayed late last night, so that probably
I
means they
think,
wanted, they
yeah.
had like a half day to something work, so.
They weren't working today.
Yep.
Mike Barabee let me go in here.
Okay,
The building
okay.
was locked, but he let me
Okay,
go
that
in.
makes sense. I know they were there,
I think it's all done.
Okay, so that actually makes sense. That's why
Went
they
to
were a
all the
little late,
rooms.
so they probably decided we'll stay, work a few extra hours.
Yeah.
Won't come in the next day, so that works out, so,
And it looks great, just so everybody knows.
Yep,
It
yep.
looks great. You were showing some pictures.
there'll be some pictures probably coming on Monday, yeah, yep.
Thank you.
So that's all set. Some lighting fixtures have begun to come in, which is good. Did a walk through the electrician from Plan B, and so that he knows exactly what's going down there. I didn't show him every single spot of where power was gonna go, because I didn't want to get stuck in the glue that the carpets were gonna go, and that might not have been good, but I will circle back to him on that when that does happen. Plan B is gonna be re-engaged, they're gonna work on the columns on the exterior. That's gonna do the exterior work there. Jim's been in communication with Somerset Glass, getting those storefronts in there for the teen room and the children's section. That's coming. It's coming, yeah. So that's gonna happen. Let's see, what else did he tell me? He did tell me, oh no, this is on me. So I'm gonna get the scrims installed for the windows. I'm shooting for the 28th of July. And the reason I'm shooting for the 28th of July is because he told me last week of July is when they could be installed. And so I'm gonna go for the first Monday in July. He then told me, and I'm gonna confirm this when I speak with Tom Fair of the Highway Department, that shelving can start to go into that building once the scrims are up. So again, I wanna make sure they go in on Monday, so that way the shelving can start to go in on the last week of July, which will then hopefully open the door for the occupancy to really happen the first week of August. And that's encouraging to me, because it would have been one thing if books could go into the building the first week of August, but shelving couldn't go in until the first week of August. And okay, then we're a little delayed on getting the books in. But I think with this schedule, with what last heard from Jim, shelving can be up. And then books can go right in, hopefully the following week. He said he needed to talk to the fire chief brother to clear it, and I trust whatever process has to play out is gonna play out. But that was encouraging to me, and I like that. We may not be able to set up all the shelving right away. We may have to focus on the perimeter shelving, because we're not quite sure, or Jim's not quite sure if and when all of the lighting fixtures are gonna be in. Just because some are starting to come in now, doesn't mean they're all gonna come in. Maybe, so that's something to keep in mind as well. But I thought that was a very positive walkthrough yesterday, and I thought it was an even more positive phone call today. We finished the phone call with Talk to You Tuesday, so hopefully Tuesday is even more positive than that. So this is, what I'm saying is, this is gonna happen.
When I spoke to Jim this morning, he said that he wanted us to decide on the grills.
I-
And he left it here, so.
Yep.
Want to take a look at those grills. There's a lot of holes on the floor.
They will be filled by these grills.
Yes.
Yes. He said, choose maybe your top three and see what happens. So, you know, I know what building infrastructure's on here. Is that okay to even,
Why don't we jump right into that?
okay. So why don't we just, there's different styles, different colors. I'll pass them around. You can take note of what you'd like. I don't know any other way to do it other than that. Really,
Yeah, no, I do
I
want
only have one
Pat's,
copy of.
I do want Pat's input on
Pat?
the grills.
Yep.
Just wanna, I realized they weren't there before, so.
Right, I was here when I got it, so I couldn't send them out in
Yeah.
advance.
I like this one, but it's too much. I think things will go down it.
Do you know what the material is? Is it brass?
I don't know if it's on that.
There are, it looks like there's 3 different colors
Yep.
of most of them.
This one says black cast aluminum, black cast iron, and gray cast aluminum.
Okay.
This one got cut off.
Now, I did mention to him that I would be looking for grills with very small holes, so things couldn't go down there, whether accidentally or on purpose. He said, he kind of gave me the look like, well, I'll give you the samples. So I'm not surprised that the spaces are large, than what I would like.
How many are there?
Looks like
Going to
there's
be?
1, 2, how many?
No, total grills that need to be.
There's a lot. I didn't count.
There's multiple.
figure each room.
Every room, yeah.
That is big ones. This one that looks small. I'm sorry,
Oh,
this is like way too big.
I agree.
Yeah, let's
like
put the
that
big
one.
ones away here, because we
Yeah.
don't want that.
Right.
That one looks too big.
I was gonna say,
Yeah, that looks like,
Mark, where all the grills are gonna be placed, are they all hidden or out of way? And I'm thinking first, when you mentioned the holes, that's what jumped out at me, first of all, because things can fall through them. But I'm also thinking of people walking around with shoes potentially, if they have a heel or something that could get caught in one of those, if they're not in a hidden, out of the way place.
Yeah,
Melania's not
they're tucked. So if you were to walk in the building now, Jonathan, they look like they're right in the middle of, some will be against, some are right in the middle of the floor, some are kind of close to the wall, but not quite against the wall. When the shelving goes in and fills out that room, the grills will be really tucked in places where people aren't really gonna be walking.
Okay,
So if you were to go in the building now, you'd see holes all over the floor, which seem to be in the middle of the floor, but once the shelving goes in, the grills will be tucked in places where people will not really be, where footprints really won't be.
This one might be.
okay, thank you.
And that was one thing we did when we chose the location of the grills. We actually laid out some chalk lines on the floor where the shelving was gonna go, and then made the decisions on the grills based on that.
looks like my grandmother's.
Okay, thank you.
3 of the smallest ones.
So how large are these?
I think we've already seen that.
Foot by 2 feet?
There,
5 by 5.5 by
that.
14.
by that.
Yeah.
Like that, by that.
Okay, so
I don't like.
They're not big grills.
Modern.
No.
14.
no.
So those two,
Which two? Those two?
smallest totals and most, and the historian says
Okay.
Most historic.
yeah, the rest of these, you're gonna, like you
Like
said.
things are gonna go with town, yeah,
Yeah,
whether it's on
they-
purpose or
They
accidental.
did or,
Yeah.
you know, anyways, but
Excuse me.
yeah, these,
What color are we thinking?
Well, this one
They
has
come in those three.
Yeah.
like a gold, which I wouldn't do.
I would think black,
I would think black.
most historic. You're not gonna get,
They wouldn't
Well,
have,
number one, 19th century, they wouldn't have had grills for the heating system.
I have.
That's what we had to install them.
Yeah,
That's what we had to install them.
Zach, what color are the knobs and the hinges? Are they brass or black or?
I think the brass bronze color.
probably,
Yeah.
yeah.
Which we don't really have here.
well, I thought there was a,
I mean, the only we have is like,
there's no brass color there.
It's like the golden,
It's
that's
like
not really
gold
brass or
color,
bronze.
Yeah.
Shiny.
Which one do you like the best of those? Interior design or Pat?
I know. I think I like this one.
All right, so that's one, that's two, and he said he wanted
He
three.
said he wanted three.
And this was the only other one, but she says it's too much.
I wonder if the only, should give them two. I know he wants three, but if those are gonna cause problems, let's just give them two and
Okay, yeah.
let them decide from that.
You
That
got-
works.
You got first and second there,
Yeah,
my friend?
number one and number two.
I will pass the word along. Thank you.
Yeah. My mother-in-law's house was 1900s when she had grills and they were black in the floor. They had bigger openings
Yeah,
in them.
the ones I know that.
Were much
that
bigger,
big.
yeah.
Yeah, like with the,
But that's
We
where
don't
you're
want
gonna
that.
lose things.
Marbles.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're gonna lose
oh,
things.
let's just put that, but let's do that just for the children's section. I'm
Yeah,
joking, I'm joking, I'm joking.
It's all they're all stuck to the floor.
And the stuff that goes down,
Yeah.
just, yeah.
That's why they're there, so you can drop things in it.
Mm.
So I don't think we need to vote on this. The consensus is that
Yeah.
we've got one and two.
Yep, we have, yep.
Anything else on building infrastructure?
I don't believe so.
Mark, before we move on, can you tell me if there's any update on the electronics for all the doors? And if, what
There
the
was,
plan is for that?
there was no update that I was given, but I know that it is going to be happening.
Okay, thank you.
And the reason I think I didn't get an update is because Somerset Glass is the one doing the glazing for the doors, all doors,
Mhm.
not just the storefronts, but the exterior doors as well. And I know Jim said he was still waiting on them, so thinking like
Okay.
that, I guess I'm not surprised that didn't come up because he said he was still waiting from Somerset Glass on some things.
All right, and there was a door that had to be retrofitted. We talked about where the ramp was because the door wouldn't open all the way for wheelchair access. Do you know if that's been remedied yet?
An exterior door?
Yes.
No, it's
No.
the interior door at the bottom of the ramp that goes up to the children's room. So you open it, it blocks the bathroom.
Oh, right, yeah.
Right, no, yeah, there's that one,
Yep.
there's that one,
Yeah.
but then there's also the exterior. There's both.
Well, the exterior, I believe, is gonna be taken care of with putting the new glass door in there.
Okay,
Yeah,
alright.
the interior door,
Did we
If-
just take it down?
if something's come up on that, I don't know. Next time I'm in there, I'll check and see if it's down.
Okay, thank you.
And if not, I'll ask him when I talk to him on Tuesday.
Okay,
I did see a glass door in the reading room today. So I don't know if that's, is that old? That
I
new?
think that's old. That's been in there for a while.
Okay.
Yeah.
Next to the chimney that used to be painted.
Why?
No. Any questions regarding building infrastructure? If not, we'll go to the budget.
Budget, we're pretty much on track of where we should be. Haven't really had too many bills come in. I know there will be bills that do come in. but there really hasn't been much of a change, since the last meeting. I mean,
Good.
we're drawing from a lot of different budget lines and we're in the black in all of them.
Good, good. Any questions regarding the budget? If not, we'll go to grants and fundraising.
I have nothing to report on that other than we've spent down the $200,000 grant. And with the HVAC work, and that was good, because that was $200,000. We didn't have to ask anybody else.
Good. And on fundraising, I see that's on the agenda.
Raising committee.
Library
Subcommittee, yeah.
building, yeah. If there are no questions on grants, community updates and information,
Yeah, a few things. I did a Facebook post when the flooring started to get installed. And now I'll do another post on the completed flooring, which I was in there yesterday when they were working on it, and it's coming out, it was coming out great. I have no doubt it came out great. You said you're in there today, Kate.
it looks beautiful. The floor, the wooden floor looks beautiful. Good job.
So we'll be doing a post on that. I also want to point out, this is committee updates, that the president of the MBLC is coming to the region to tour a few different sales libraries. And not every sales library made the cut. She's only seen like 4 or 5 a day. And there's more than 8 or 10 libraries in the sales network. And I signed up. I said, okay, I can show you around the new building. They didn't take me up, on the tour of the unit for some reason. I don't know why, but we didn't make the cut for the tour of the new building. And that was fine. I knew not everybody was going to make the cut. And then sales had their annual meeting of directors, and there was a little session there where people could talk about projects they're working on at their libraries. And I spoke about the work going on at 207 Main Street, did a presentation on that. And sales asked me if I would do that presentation when MBLC came the last week of July, and I said that I would. So it'll be at the Lakeville Library on July 31st. There's gonna be it was supposed to be a slideshow showing various different things happening in sales libraries, but there's gonna be that in addition to me giving a talk on all the progress happening at 207 Main Street to the MBLC. And that'll be good because the last week of July is gonna work out because flooring's done. The scrims will already be in. If he just gets back to me and says and confirms that, shelving will start to go up. So I think it'll be a really good time to give an update, in terms of everything that's going to be happening with the interior of the building. So I think that's. I'm looking forward to that. I was glad to ask him to do that. I think it'll be a good presentation.
Good.
I also want to point out that the fourth Thursday in August, the date escapes me. I'm going to be doing a talk here at Old Town Hall, where I'll have really up-to-date photos of the interior. It'll be like a pre-ribbon cutting, a pre-opening sort of presentation where people really get a behind-the-scenes shot to look at what are essentially going to be finished shots of the library a few weeks before the opening. Is sort of kind of prime people for that. So looking forward to that too. And of course, the ribbon cutting grand opening.
Yeah. Anybody have any questions? If not, we'll go to agenda number 5, review of conceptual landscape design plans. Has everybody had an opportunity to, what did I print it in color?
But I do want to point out, it's not a proposal or anything like that. It's just a conceptual design. We're only, I was told we're only at that stage right now, but this is what was submitted by Granite City Partners.
Do you mind if I look at this?
No, not at all.
Does that include, it's conceptual, so I was gonna say,
Yeah.
does that include the eradication of the poison ivy?
I'm
Green
assuming
space?
so, the whole green
Yeah.
space right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that where the poison ivy was?
Would've
Or was it?
Where-
more in
where-
here?
Yep, it was right there.
It was in here?
Yeah,
It's not there anymore?
this is conceptual, so this takes into account that it's not gonna be there.
Oh, it's not gonna be there.
Our property line kind
That's a
of
good way to get
goes
rid of it.
along.
Just don't-
It's pretty
Here.
Which is
Why didn't they do anything in the back
I
area
think
here?
because that's where all the HVAC equipment is. But this is conceptual, so we can redo it. We can,
The HVAC is back here?
yeah, the HVAC is along the back of the building, yeah.
Oh, I thought it was going to go someplace.
It was
else.
going to go with the previous architect. It was gonna be one giant unit the size of like the Toyota
Texas.
Corolla, but we went with another architect. design.
And it wasn't a good idea to have one unit because if that unit goes down,
Correct.
Right.
Yes.
everything.
So in reality, there's not that much green space for landscaping.
Not a heck of a lot, no.
Because you don't want anything along the corner here.
Mhm.
That's a bad corner.
Right.
Well, it could be flowers, little flowers.
Low, yeah.
I also want to point out, it lays out the parking spaces, and there's 2 handicap spaces in the main lot and 1 handicap space in the employee lot for a total of 3 handicap parking spaces.
And is that compliant?
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to assume so, but that would be a Jonathan question.
How many spaces will there be altogether?
It will be
28.
28.
The 3 is fine, but one of those spaces also needs to be wider for vans.
I think both. of
It
them.
looks like,
You have two. that
it looks like 2 are.
Yes.
It looks like one in the main lot is,
Yeah.
and it looks like the one in the employee parking lot, it looks like
Yeah.
2 spaces are wide enough for vans.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there has to, because it has to be striped on the side, on the passenger outside for dismount on the
Yes,
side,
that-
on the side.
That's what they're showing,
It
Jonathan.
looks like the conceptual plan takes that into account, John.
Okay. And then there'll have to be signage in front of those, obviously, as well.
Yep.
So we got the table over the septic tank, we're A-okay on that?
If they have it there, then I believe it's been
Okay.
tested and looked for load, that is load rated.
Okay.
I don't think they would put that on there if it
I
wasn't.
think they've already tested.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
So this big space is probably where you would have like, any benches for sitting or reading or
Yep,
whatever.
yep. That's where the fire pit is now,
And the poison ivy.
and the poison ivy, yes.
Yeah. Well, in reality, it actually looks like the parking lot probably goes over closer this way because it used to be railroad tracks along here,
Hmm.
right here. And I think they went over the tracks.
They-
But that, they don't belong there.
Mhm.
Okay.
How many spaces were there at the other library? You know,
I want,
Oh, in the big parking lot?
I want to say 20, only because that's the answer that's saved in the ARIS report.
20 would be good then, because that's more.
Yeah.
I was-
I
I wondered what
The reason
the-
I say 20 is because again, that's just the answer that's been saved in the ARIS. So I'm just going to assume that's what it was. Or what it is.
You mean 20 at 395,
Yeah, yeah.
20 or 22?
Well,
There are
and then,
two
so this is
accessible
more,
spaces, and so something tells me there's 10 and 10 and then those 2? Or is it 9 and, so whatever, yeah, 20 is a good one.
still more.
Quick question, in the, there, with regard for the potential future walking / paved bike trail, will that interfere with the back of the building or cutting through the property or through the parking lot potentially?
I don't know what you're talking about, Jonathan. Can you
No,
explain?
no.
Pat knows.
So you're talking about the rail trail, that would go along the,
Yes,
no, because not sure if that part's owned by DCR, but the track itself is DCR, some of it's private property, and at that point, it may even have to bump out onto Pleasant Street.
okay, I think it's worth looking at the proposed plan at some point if we can. I know it's only draft stage. Ralph, you may know more about it, I'm not sure.
Jeff Cavallo headed that.
Yeah, well, he's picking that back up again, so we'll take a look at it.
Okay, because I just want to, this, make sure that there's no interference there because there could be potentially.
Well, you were saying the rail is on the edge there.
Yeah, the railroad actually comes down, in back of 1712, they have that parking area, and that's the head of one of the trails to go out to the bridge. So the railroad actually crosses Old Somerset Ave, goes along behind the landscaping company, T-Scape and C&N Pizza, crosses Main Street and then continues on down to, crosses Mount Cove.
Yeah, I know.
So some of that railroad, when they sold it, some people bought pieces of it. And I know that's a problem when you get down to Hart Street, that you can't go into Broad Cove because you got, actually owns a section of that. So I'm not sure if the rail trail, where it plans to hop out onto the roadway, but it does. And I'm not sure if it's from behind 1712 out onto the roadway, or if it's gonna be, down at Muddy Cove more.
Yeah, you're talking about that, when we put the fence up across Pleasant.
So, but, the trail committee would be the one that
Right,
would
yeah.
know that more.
All I can think was we're working with, we just put something in with, Serpent. We just like at the preliminary talks about that, yeah.
Any other questions regarding the preliminary landscape plan?
You gonna be okay?
I am.
Preliminary grand opening plans?
The trustees and friends have had a number of conversations about the grand opening plan. I apologize for just sharing this morning the latest update, but now it's been further revised in a couple of regards. Well, first, the most important is we talk now about sort of compressing the speaker time and the number of speakers in the interest of just kind of moving things along. We wanted to be respectful of anybody and everybody who may want to be part of the celebration and to make remarks, but we've since scaled it back to Mark doing the welcome and the thank you, me speaking on behalf of the trustees, Ken speaking on behalf of the library building committee, and Zach speaking on behalf of the Friends. And I think we can get all that done in 15 minutes, if not less.
Which would also be the 4 people cutting the ribbon.
Or people cutting the ribbon,
Right.
yes.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
yep. Trustees, building committee, Friends, director, yeah.
And within the remarks, you're gonna recognize certain people for their.
Yeah, we'll work out, like Ken and I were just talking about, he'll recognize building committee members and past legislators, and we'll have that checklist, so we're not duplicating
Right.
efforts, so you
Right.
won't have to do that, and we'll have that, kind of go
Right.
through that among ourselves, I think, to finalize the acknowledgements. And I and Zach can incorporate some of the historical perspectives perhaps into our remarks that we might otherwise have had from you as the historical commission chair and Chris as the
I can
historical
give you some
society.
points.
Yeah, we can acknowledge both the historical society and the historical commission as being present and integral to the work that's been done over the years to A, preserve the Carnegie Building, and B, to make sure that this new building at Smith Memorial Hall is historically accurate. Those kinds of comments we can make. Yeah, because otherwise you end up like, well, should we invite CPC to make a comment, since they starts to get a little bit long, but these are all people can be acknowledged. And I think the only thing, Ralph, was the question is whether selectmen want to say anything. You as the town administrator, is that necessary, or you just want to?
I can acknowledge that they're there.
Yeah.
And I can acknowledge that they're in the beginning, and I can thank them at the end when I do the thank yous.
Yeah.
I think that,
Okay.
at least they can recognize what,
So the next big thing was this procession, and I've just sort of latched onto it because I thought it was so neat that they had a procession when they opened the Carnegie Building in 1911. They went from the Carnegie Building down to Smith Memorial Hall for the actual celebration because it wasn't big enough. So sort of two parts to the party. The first part was at the Carnegie Building to dedicate the building, and then they said, let's all go down to Smith Memorial Hall and have the party. So So I thought that was just kind of a neat thing to do
And walk to the trailer.
the trailer is gonna be hooked up to the tractor that
So,
are,
no, we're gonna move the trailer, so it's there. Yeah.
we're gonna flatten the tires on the trailer. Anyway, so, but the logistics of that get complicated, as we're thankful that the Rougeos have offered their tractor and the hayride wagon. And then we had some conversation, well, maybe some people would want to walk either ahead of, behind the tractor. And so two questions came up during the trustees meeting earlier today. One is liability. So who's, if there were something that happened in that procession, who's liable? In this question, town liability. By the way, Ralph, if Mark hasn't mentioned, he's going to do a presentation or do an update for the selectmen next
That's
week.
on the agenda.
Yeah, I asked him to put me on the agenda.
And so that liability is one issue, and the other is, as Pat pointed out, we thought we could do a police detail just to close off 138, but because it's a state highway, state police will likely need to be involved. Wouldn't be closed off for very long, but long enough that we can get people safely down Main Street and across the street to 207 Main Street. So these are all issues to consider and to sort out. Anything else?
I should be speaking with Tom Ferry next week.
Mhm.
About the library and shelving, but I'm gonna bring this up as well, so.
And parking will be a big issue that time of day with the diner open, post office open. And one thing, we were gonna promote this through social media rather than doing a mass mailing to every household in Dayton. With posting on Facebook, we can set it up so that people can at least say that they're interested or going, and that gives us a rough idea. So if you know this, Mark has commented that whenever he posts something, he gets 100 or more likes, it seems lately.
It seems the library
Yeah.
posts about the new building are very, very popular,
Yeah.
and
so-
they really always have been.
So if we post the grand opening date, we'll set it up so that people can say interested or going, and that will get, if we have 100 people saying, yeah, I'm going, I'll be there, then we can say that,
Yeah, no,
that's a number.
it's not the be all end all, but it can give you a rough idea of what the crowd is gonna look like.
Right.
Because
Yeah.
like, for example, when I post an event, events happening, I can kind of gauge it that way, like the Bridgewater Triangle speaker, where I almost ran out of chairs to set up for this building. It got a lot of likes, it was
Yeah.
a well-liked post, and I'm not surprised that there were a lot of people
Yeah.
who attended that particular event. So it's not a be all end all, but it can be a
Here's
reflection.
the
It can give you a reflection of to what the outcome is
Yeah.
gonna be.
And we're gonna be promoting this as a grand opening week. And so we need to be, I guess, we need to be careful about if we do that, like grand opening week, and we get all these people saying they're going to go, it doesn't mean they're going on the grand opening day. So we might want to just parse that out as we're posting. But I think the idea is people don't need to feel they have to come to a grand opening. There's a ribbon cutting. I
If
think
you want to
that's
see the ribbon cutting, you gotta be there on
Yeah,
that.
We're only gonna do that
Yeah,
one day, although
yeah.
we did talk about doing a ribbon cutting for the children's section and for the teen section, didn't we? We're gonna,
Yes, we
It
did.
came up.
We did.
so, yeah, so it's not just one day. And that kind of gives people the opening to, there'll be opportunities for activities and on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday.
Can I ask a question?
Go ahead, yeah.
So where do we stand with the procession? I mean, is it, well, I'm just curious now. I mean, based on is it something we still want to do if we can make it work? I mean, based on the feedback, where do we stand with that?
Well, I'm gonna walk.
He's gonna carry a ton of books down the hill.
Okay.
I just, I can't let go of that, that historical significance of having it done in 1911.
I think if you can
Whenever they opened.
do it, as long as you get all of the questions
Yeah, we
answered,
just need to get the questions
know,
answered.
the liability, the safety pieces of it.
Who knows those answers?
Well, Tom Ferry, with the highway department, should be able to answer, crossing last, 138. And it is a state road, so I do think you have to go to the state for permission. Because when they close it for Memorial Day, they have to ask.
Yes,
Yeah,
and when they do the Christmas lights,
yeah,
they have to.
they have to ask.
Uh-huh.
They close it, but do they have to have a state
trooper, they're not.
No, it's just a matter of closing
Oh,
it.
I see.
You need their permission.
Yeah,
But we're talking about potentially, what, 5 minutes, really?
yeah, but still,
Still,
you're
it has
gonna
to be closed.
stop traffic.
Yeah,
And that corner does get quite a bit
it
of
does,
traffic.
sure.
And are we thinking of having a cruiser either in front of the tractor or
I was gonna talk to the,
to kind of
I was
let,
gonna talk to the police department, because I need a police detail anyway.
Yeah,
And I was
so
gonna
like-
explain to them what exactly we were doing, and I was kind of
so that-
hoping, once I explained what we were doing, they would know exactly the best way to go about it.
Yeah, because you're gonna close Main Street where Elm Street is down to the library.
Right.
But the other thing, Mark really needs the opening day date before he can
I'm hopeful we get that next week.
speak to the police, because they're
I mean,
gonna.
it's
they
coming to
wanna
the
know.
point where I can set that date, really. It's,
And what
Yeah.
are you thinking? She says, because, you know,
I don't think we ought to start talking about a date yet. I'm sure you have an idea.
I have 2 in mind. I've narrowed it down to
Yes.
2 days.
Let's get some things done as we get closer.
Correct.
I think,
I would let the police know those 2 days
Okay,
that
I
you're
will,
thinking
yep.
about.
those are good dates.
other things about we've,
There's a state secret.
we have refreshments on here, and we want to clarify that refreshments means not that we'll be saying refreshments will be available, but that the friends will have a table and they're gonna have water and pre-wrapped cookies, just as a way of attracting people to
Yep,
that
the
table.
food will be in the
We're-
friends table, because people.
We're not gonna
people
have
go to
food
the
inside, there's not gonna be a buffet table or anything of that type, so we're not promoting the refreshments. But there will be refreshments provided by the friends.
Light refreshments. That's usually what they say.
Yes.
These are really extra light.
Yeah, extra light.
Milk and cookies.
Yeah, I
that's what they
wouldn't say anything about refreshments, because even if you say light
Right.
refreshments,
Yeah,
people expect
yeah.
pastry or a
We've
coffee,
got-
Yeah, that's-
especially at 9 o'clock in the
No,
morning.
they will get there and they will be pleasantly surprised to see the food. They will go over there and then they'll just be so excited, they'll just join the friends.
So, and then the ribbon cutting, the other thing was the photo op. You know, I love the photo that we took at the open house with people standing in front of the building, and we imagined that that would be kind of the setting for the ribbon cutting, and then sort of logistics and reality of herding cats to go from, because we were gonna set up over in that smaller parking lot with the podium facing people seated on the side there, and then if we say, okay, let's all move over for the ribbon cutting and the photo, that's not gonna work. We're gonna do a photo op even the day before. You know, that's just so we have a photo for posterity and to share with MBLC and other folks, but we might do that the day before, or even that morning at 8 o'clock or something, but we're gonna do the ribbon cutting in front of the audience, if I'm understanding right. You know, there's gonna be a podium on the side, seating on the side, and we'll just cut the ribbon. It's, you know, it's just and we still haven't decided.
I
what
can't
Mark's
do the
gonna
drum
roll.
roll if I'm cutting the ribbon.
Mark's a drummer, if he,
Oh, is that right?
yeah, he's a professional drummer, so. But anyway, so I think, did I touch upon some of the key things that changed? So I will be updating this again. We can open this up to further questions, just an update. We'll be meeting with the Friends again a week from today.
Right.
Yes.
To basically finalize the schedule, logistics. We may have a date, but.
Again, I'm hopeful that we will.
And I think that's we're leaving the themed days, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday up to staff to decide the content. We don't want to put a big burden on staff. They're moving in and it's a lot, but anything that they want to do or plan around that is entirely up to them. And trustees will work with the Friends on the staff appreciation day, which will be on that Thursday.
Ron, on photography, you usually take a lot of pictures, but you're gonna be like super involved in the whole programming. Do you want other people to come to take photos? Because I'm thinking I could ask Robin
Yeah, sure. And there's
and.
Scott
and
Maxwell,
Scott, yeah,
Maxfield,
yeah.
who I've talked to him about it. I haven't, because we don't have a date. I can't
Alright.
confirm him, but he's been
Mark
involved.
has a tentative date.
I have 2 tentative dates.
Because you have Scott.
There's a date I want.
Yeah.
I do,
Yeah.
You know, and I
Okay.
emailed him about the Declaration of
Okay.
Independence, but he didn't get back to me,
Alright.
so I will reach out to him just.
And I'll talk to
Are you
Robin.
sending
That'd be
letters
good,
to some of
yeah.
these
It
different
would be good to have a few.
organizations?
Some people.
Photos.
Send invites to Google One.
Quite a few that we'll share, and I'm reminded that just checked here, MBLC has a Facebook page. I didn't realize that, so I just checked, and it would be nice if they could somehow post what we do. We get, I don't know what they post on there. It seems like a lot of things like they're doing around this road show. They're posting some of their road show photos, but it would be good if we get MBLC to post the grand opening. We'll invite them, right? Do we have them on the invite list?
I'll be seeing them on the 31st of July, and I should have a date by then, so I can.
Sure, you can.
I can invite them, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't have a date by then, something.
Yeah.
If I don't
have a date by then.
put MBLC.
Do we know how many people on opening day that we can allow into the library?
So in my phone conversation with Jim this morning.
Yeah.
He didn't give me an exact number, but it said the occupancy of that building is less than 100. So that's what I have.
Yeah.
What's
Anything,
the occupancy for this building, this regular?
About that,
I think it's a little less than 100.
yeah.
So I think parking and occupancy will be limiting factors, and again, how many people a nice target is 50 people there for the ribbon cutting, makes a nice photo. And if people arrive later in that day, we'll be open 10 to 2. Trustees just approved the hours, the new hours for the new library location will be 10 to 2 on Saturdays. Right now it's 10 to 3.
Yeah, a little bit.
But we are going to change the hours, so that will be 10 to 2, which will be good because 5 hours, 4 hours versus 5 hours is a big difference, particularly for staff.
On a Saturday, on a
We
Saturday.
got to staff we're open on Friday, so we got to staff the buildings. We got to staff the libraries.
Yeah.
I mean, I love to do 9 to 8, Monday through Friday, but that's just not, that's not
It's
feasible.
a big deal, this grand opening and the work
It's a goal.
leading up to it is a lot, so.
Get that going.
Okay,
It's-
any
not exactly,
questions,
but it's-
any
that's good.
thoughts, questions, input? We're getting there.
Getting back to the number of people, where you're gonna have a children's day, you might. Well, thank you. We might not get as many, especially smaller children, where you're gonna have a special program for them during the week. And
Yeah.
especially where it's the weekend and there's all kinds of new school events and things going on.
Yeah. And if we put the children's ribbon cutting, that becomes, a children's ribbon cutting event, and that would attract the young families for that.
Same thing with
We do that in
teens,
the afternoon, for the teens, we do that afternoon after school.
correct?
I mean, I don't do all the ribbon cutting we want to do. If you want to have like toddlers ribbon cutting earlier in the day on Monday, that's fine. But yeah, I think if we promote those kinds of things, some families will say, well, we don't need to be there. So, okay, thank you.
Anything else on that? If not, agenda item number 7, Library Building Fundraising Subcommittee. We kind of did discuss at the last meeting that we're not going to be necessarily promoting any fundraising until after the library is open. We wanted people to realize that their taxes are paid for this building.
Correct.
And not just the fundraising. Fundraising will be for additional things, and we think we can sell it better.
And I think so, once we get in there, we'll know we'll have a better sense of what we.
What can be
what We're
done?
missing, what we need, what we wanted, so yeah, once we get our bearings in that new building, we'll have a better sense to
Yeah.
really direct fundraising initiatives.
I think that's a good idea.
Once you're open and going, and it's like, oh, we need this.
Right, and how did I not think of this? How did I, yeah.
And related to that, there was fundraising done 20 odd years ago. That money is in a gift account, new library gift account, and we haven't, the trustees just talked. I think we put on the table here and elsewhere, like what could we do with those funds? There are 3 families that contributed 2/3 of the $50,000. And so we were just talking about this in the same theme of just reaching out to them and saying, we will have a new building. We're grateful for your contributions. We haven't had a need to spend those funds that you donated then for this new project, but we will be mindful of that, and we didn't want to spend them needlessly or, frivolously, and we will. And that'll open the door for them to, maybe they'll have some suggestions as well, but again, there's nothing, we said, gee, if we only had $20,000, we could do X. That'd be a big chunk of that, but it's okay. Nothing's been spent.
Yeah.
But it's a time to acknowledge your family, and some, I think in 3 cases now deceased, but we can at least acknowledge that we still have the funds, they're available, they're in safekeeping, we're grateful for them, and we're grateful that we didn't need to use them because it's fully funded by our blend of public and private funds, state, local, and foundations. So
I think you should also say that we have some ideas as to how to spend the money, because I don't want them to think we don't have anything to do with this. We don't have any plans for the money. They may ask for the money back. So
yeah, we have plans.
And we're interested in your thoughts, maybe, as to how
Yeah.
you feel we should spend
Our
it.
plans are X, Y, and Z.
I'll just say we have some thoughts on it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then you can give us, if you have something in your mind.
Does that include the one that was the large books?
that one, I think.
That one's sitting on my desk, yeah.
Who's the large books donor?
It's a family.
Costa.
Costa,
Costa,
yeah.
okay.
Mhm.
And they were very specific.
Very
Yeah.
specific, yep. It's earmarked, yeah. So that has to happen, I mean,
Sure.
yeah.
Anything else on fundraising? If not, we got some invoices. Review, discuss, and act on. I'll read them off. We have one invoice from Mid-City Steel totaling $17. We have one invoice from East Coast Towing and Recovery, Inc., totaling $350. 2 invoices from Home Depot totaling $541.72. 3 invoices from Eagle Leasing Company totaling $482.
There are no other invoices. Yep. I had
At this
that
time,
just in case.
at this time, we have no other invoices. I didn't add this all
The
up.
total
so-
is $1,390.72.
Is there any question, first of all, regarding any of these invoices? If not, I'll entertain a motion to approve the paying these invoices at a total of $1,390.72.
And these are all coming out of the special article.
Okay, thank you.
So moved.
Second.
Is there a second? Any further discussion? If not, I'll call for a vote, starting with Britt.
Aye.
Mark Rocknick, aye?
Pat Gales, aye.
Ron O'Connor, aye.
Ralph Dackel, aye.
Campuchico, aye.
Mark Tavares, aye.
Jonathan Gale, aye.
Both Jonathan and Mark Tavares said aye. Thank you. Approval of the minutes of June 12th, 2025 and June 25th, 2025. Has
The 18th.
Okay, all right.
has everybody had an opportunity to look at the minutes? You have any corrections or concerns? If not, I'll entertain a motion to approve those minutes.
So moved.
There a second?
Second.
I'll
Second.
Who is that seconded?
Jonathan.
Jonathan, thank you, Jonathan. Any question? If not, I'll call for a vote, starting with Mark.
Mark Rocknick, aye?
Pat Gales, aye.
Ron O'Connor, aye.
Ralph Dackel, aye.
Campuchico, aye. Mark
Mark
Jonathan
Tavares
Gale, aye.
Mark Tavares and Jonathan Gale both voted yes, so it's unanimous. Our next meeting,
Right, abstain, she wasn't.
Next meeting.
The trustees, we need to vote on those minutes too.
okay.
Oh, thank you.
Just zoned out a little there, huh?
Should we stand? That's what threw him off.
We're standing.
That was good.
That was good. All right, let's hit a motion from the trustees to approve the minutes of June 12 and June 18.
So moved.
Second.
seconded. Any discussion? Okay, we'll vote. Second then,
And Mike and I.
Rita Russo, I.
Ron Connor, aye. Minutes approved by the trustees.
Next meeting, should we wait a month or should we go sooner? Is there things that are gonna come up that we need to address sooner than a month? I don't know. Why don't we'll do the month.
Yep.
If something comes in like invoices that need to be paid right away. we'll
Yep,
call a
sure,
Special.
Sure, yeah, sure.
Do we have a date? I didn't see what, I didn't see the
That'd be
second.
the 14th, August
Yeah,
14th.
Looks like the 14th.
How does that work for everybody? August 14th?
I won't be here.
I will not be here.
May not be available.
I would be available.
Whoa,
The wanderer is not a wanderer.
I'm not over one.
That's right.
You want to do the week before?
Well, if we did August 7th also, by then, Mark, you should have a firm date for moving in. And that will affect some of the other planning that's going on that you need help with.
I'm hopeful that come August 7th,
We
books will
have
already be, there were some books on the shelves in 207.
Absolutely.
Yeah. That's what I'm hopeful for.
So does August 7th work for everyone then, I guess, is what I'm asking?
It works for me.
it's okay. She's not paying attention. It's okay so far for me.
Secretary,
Yeah.
Ken, is it okay for August 7th for a meeting? What? Secretary Ken, is it okay for August 7th for a meeting?
August 7th?
August 7th.
Yeah, the 8th is busy, but the 7th is okay.
Secretary has spoken.
She just does that without looking at her phone.
Yeah. She has nothing in her phone about, have a paper calendar.
Do we want to set up another meeting, just to get on the calendars that would be, late August, early September, because that would probably be the last meeting before the opening. I'm just suggesting we can wait till the 7th to do that.
Yeah,
but
3 o'clock.
If we can wait till the 7th to do that, or we can just get on people's calendars like the 28th or the 4th.
What day would you be thinking?
Maybe that first Thursday in September, because I think the second Thursday might be really pushing up against. So if we can just get it on calendars that way, because right now I think I have the second Thursday of September on my calendar, because that's a repeating event.
So August 7th, followed by September 4th? Is that what we're all thinking?
You go to Apple Watch, can't ping it?
So the, what,
Did we lose Jonathan?
Yeah, that works for me.
do I have to write down like
No,
the
we
date, the proposed date? That is still more than one week from the window of opportunity for opening without saying a date.
I'm available that day too, just so.
You are?
Oh, okay, so
If all goes well,
September 4th and
dual location.
August 7th.
August 7th.
September 4th.
Or at 3 trustees, do we want to piggyback on that again?
Yes,
Okay.
And you guys do 2 o'clock?
You do.
Do,
Two,
we can do two.
on August 7th and September 4th, can we meet at 2?
Yes.
Okay,
395.
okay.
Is there
Where did it
any-
go?
any-
August 7th, September 4th.
I know, but I put it in here and it disappeared.
And those are 2 PM, correct?
What's that
Yes.
place?
No, that's trustees at
Trustees
2,
are 2.
Oh, okay, all right,
building at 3.
okay, sorry.
You're welcome to come, Jonathan, at 2 o'clock.
Nah.
Is there anything else anybody wants to bring up before I ask for a motion to adjourn?
I just have a quick question, having just filled this over there. Where do we decide the water dispenser?
So, okay, that is a great question. I asked Jim about that. There was a spot we were thinking about, but he said the infrastructure is better in another particular spot because everything's all set up there. But he had accessibility concerns about that spot, so he wasn't sure if that would be the spot it goes. So he's gonna have to he's gonna think about it some more and get back to you.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
Because so it hadn't been, yeah, I thought it had been decided, but I wasn't
It
sure.
was decided a good spot that he and I both liked, but then he looked at the plumbing and the wiring and said, maybe it shouldn't go, it should go there. But
Okay,
then when he really thought about it in practice, he ran into some,
okay,
what he felt were accessibility issues.
All right.
Mark, keep in mind the accessibility side of that has to accommodate a wheelchair getting up to it. So,
Right, yeah,
you know,
yes.
So moving from left to right and then right to left both ways for the turn radius.
Yes.
So, just please, if they can keep that in mind, that would be great.
Right. I think that was probably what he was referencing, because the spot that he said was perfect was really kind of kitty cornered, and you really can only get at it from one side. So I assume that's what he meant by accessibility concerns. So that's why I
Okay,
think that
and then
one.
also, is this gonna be a bubbler? Is this the kind with the big container on it, or is this gonna be an actual water fountain?
No, it's gonna be the kind like here at Old Town Hall where you just fill a water bottle. It's not gonna
Okay.
be a fountain. You can-
Okay, all right, I just wanted to know in terms of height. Okay, thank you.
fountain there
It's
too.
a fountain and a fill. Yeah, it's a water bottle filler without a fountain.
I think we're
Yeah,
thinking about
right.
it.
Yep,
Yeah, we
thank
don't.
you.
Yeah, right.
Oh, little kids put their mouths all
Oh,
over.
God.
We survived it.
You know what?
Yes.
Yeah, but we built up a lot of immunity.
Garden hose.
Can we fill it with white wine for special events?
Bubbles, yeah.
I'm sorry, John, what was that
Yeah,
question?
the bubbles in school.
I said, can we fill it with white wine for special events?
You know, I don't drink, so I'd have to pass on that.
You can bring your water. Rest of us will take
Okay.
advantage
Right.
of,
I do drink a lot of water.
as you should. Anything else somebody wants to bring up? If not, I'll ask for a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Is there a second?
Second,
I'll call for a vote, starting with Britt.
Aye.
Mark Crockett, guy.
Pat Gales, aye.
Ron O'Connor, aye.
Ralph Stack, why?
Campuchico, aye.
Jonathan Gale, aye.
Mark Tavares, I think he might have left us.
Mark Watkins.
Okay, thank you.
No, he should still be there. There's 3 participants.
Standing.
Motion to adjourn the trust. Oh, hey, just get out of here, please.
Second.
All rise.
Aye.
See, I started a trend.
Yeah.
Ron O'Connor, aye. Trustees meeting adjourned. Thank you.
Thank you, John. Thank you, Mark.
Thank you. See you all later.